Arrgyle came out a couple weeks ago. I actually ended up liking the movie. At first, the first time I watched it, I wasn't a fan. I was like, eh. And then I saw it a second time because my wife wanted to watch it. So the first time I watch something, I usually watch it for the show, right? And so I went to go watch it with her. And watching a second time and from her perspective, I actually enjoyed it. My criticism still...
It's a chick flick at its core.
It is.
Which they didn't market it that way either.
No, they didn't. They didn't market it. They marketed it as a typical Matthew Vaughn movie. Here's the deal. I watched it and I was like, you know what? I still have the same criticisms of the main character. I don't buy that she was ever a spy. I believe it would have worked had they, and no offense to her, she is a stunning, gorgeous, beautiful woman. I'm not complaining about her weight in that sense, but when it comes to being a super spy, you got to be a little more fit. I think she's gorgeous. I really do. I think she's gorgeous. But is she a super spy? I don't know.
Yeah, I played into the humor of all of that, which I say that she has the ass that could launch 1,000 ships. So I mean, it's after Jurassic World, but I kind of joked about that in my entire Criticalist review because it was a trip, like watching her in this role, which in almost the movie as a whole is so tongue in cheek that there's almost a point in which it's kind of like. The movie is also saying, like, do you buy this? Like, we don't even know if we buy this.
Yeah, and that criticism feels almost disingenuous because you're like, I don't know if they meant to do that or not, Right. And Bryce Howard, she did a fine job in the movie. Like, she did a good job. It's just, she doesn't look the part. My criticism of Cavill not being in the movie enough, that was pretty fair criticism. And then I watched it a second time, I'm like, you know what? He was in the movie enough. Considering the movie was not about him, I mean, they sold it that way, but... The movie was about this person, and she kept saying it worked. I actually like the movie now. I actually really dug it. It's funny. It's very rare that a second watch makes me appreciate a film. The end credit of that movie, spoiler alert, if you're going to watch it, sorry, ahead of time. If you're going to watch it, skip ahead like 18 seconds. Ready? At the end of that movie, Henry Cavill is actually there in the flesh, and he's playing a character. He goes to the press conference at the very end, and Ellie is stunned by him. And then it shows a flashback to when that character, whatever, joined the Kingsman. And it literally ties the two franchises together. That means the Kingsman and Argylle exist in the same world, and the character that she's been writing about this entire time is a Kingsman. That's wild.
Yeah.
Or that was actually a little fuzzy too, because I thought she was writing about herself, but then he was there, and you're like, whatever, who cares? I'm going to suspend my my logic issues right now and just be like, you know what? That's cool. The Kingsman movies are fantastic. I love those movies. So now Matthew Vaughn came out with an announcement that he's doing. Remember, he did Kick-Ass. I know this is a long intro to the story. I apologize, everyone. Matthew Vaughn, the guy who did Kingsman, the guy who did Arrgyle, also did the movie Kick-Ass. And he's creating a new movie, a spin-off or so, or a film, and the next film in the Kick-Ass universe called The Stuntman. Here's what it says. Matthew Vaughn is already deep in production for his next feature film, a caper titled The Stuntman. By the way, this guy just got off a movie and is already writing the movie. Matthew Vaughn is a really awesome creator. Pretty much everything he's made, I'm a fan of. So, you know what? As much work as they want to give him, please. And you know what? If the guy is creating an actual Matthew Vaughn universe out of totally, completely fresh IP that only he ever made, that's amazing. That's like, That's everything we've ever wanted. Instead of revisiting old crap, you are creating your own universe. In real time, we're watching this unfold. That's awesome. Anyways, what he said was, helmed by stunt performer turned director Damon Walters, the film tells the story of two brothers who became stuntmen. The feature is currently in production, where a local newspaper reported a 1970s style fun fair had been installed in the village park, complete with Helter Skelter and Ferris wheel. Super rad. Okay, I'm going to stop reading this because it's not fun to listen to someone read. However, I got one more thing to read out here. Trilogy will be School Fight. This movie, let's call it VRAM for the time being, and then Kick-Ass, and then they're all connected. And this is what is cool about this, man. There's another article from 2 weeks ago we talked about when we were talking about Arrgyle, where he literally said he's going to introduce one more franchise. And then his plan after introducing the third franchise is to tie them together into one giant universe. And then awesome. We get this news? So how about this? The Kick-Ass universe, the Arrgyle universe, and the Kingsman universe all as one? I'm sorry, but that's awesome, right?
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, he's the shit.
And you know what this movie's going to do? It's probably going to set up that connection. It's going to set the connection. And you know what's even better about this? So this movie is taking place in like the 70s probably, right? So it's going to set up the connection of the Kingsman. Well, Aaron Tyler Johnson, if you recall, the guy who played Kick-Ass, he's a
beast now.
He's a beast now. He was so young before, but now he's literally a superhero. He's a good actor. He's fun to watch. If you've ever seen Bullet Train, he was awesome in that movie.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. He deserves a shot at a Kingsman type movie, and I think we're gonna get it. I think that legitimately this movie's gonna come out. Whether they have the same opinion of this that they had with Kingsman or Argyle, it doesn't really matter. It just has to connect, and then this guy is gonna create that Endgame style movie with all these characters. And I don't know. Everyone complains about crossover. Too many crossovers, too many universes. Look, if you are in real time creating a brand new franchise universe, no mining IP from our childhood, no member berries to talk of. In real time, this guy is creating his own universe. That is to be applauded, man. Hey, if you like this clip and you want to see more, then click right here and come check out the full, almost 2-hour live stream where we cover amazing topics every Monday and Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. See you there.